thank you so much for being here on a Friday afternoon. I'm sure there's nothing you wanted to do more than be here with me. But I'm really grateful, and also for Angie for the time and energy to bringing us together. So my name is Cristina Ramirez, and I want everyone to know that Sassoon is more Mexican than any Garcia or Lopez. That's an indigenous group from Mexico, and we were the only group not defeated by the Aztecs. So you know I come from good lineage, and I'm ready to defeat John Cornyn. So before I get started, I was telling some folks around the room what an honor it is to be in this room in Tarrant County, because I was speaking to a reporter yesterday from the Houston Chronicle, and he let me know two things: that he had snuck into a room right after the 2018 election, and before he got kicked out, it was with the governor and Republican strategists, and that they were freaked out about two things. One, that Tarrant County went blue in 2018. And I know that many of you were part of that, the grassroots organizing and work that you all did, from knocking on doors, from Paula helping rate 22,000 that they were totally freaked out about this grassroots movement that you all helped build, and that they were not prepared to see Tarrant County go blue. And the second thing is that they said that they had the logo of my last organization that I'm on leave from to run for U.S. Senate, JOLT, and the two other organizations that we worked with that were registering young voters, that were freaked out about how many young voters got registered and voted in 2018, because we saw a 500% increase of the youth vote in Texas. Yeah. Shaking in their boots, y'all, and that's partially because of you. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about me and how I ended up running for Senate. I am running because I believe that we deserve to have elected leaders that serve our interests, that we deserve to have a government that belongs to and serves us, the people of Texas. So I am not a wealthy woman. I don't come from a well-connected family. I am a person that's like many of you, that when I see things that are unjust or unfair, it makes me angry and it makes me want to do something about it. So over the last decade and a half, I've helped lead some of our state's largest and most important voting and civil rights organizations. I've helped pass laws at the local and state level that have led to better working conditions, higher wages, higher safety standards for hundreds of thousands of workers in our state. I've helped pass legislation tackling the crisis of student debt, and got out tens of thousands of voters across our state that usually stay home because they don't feel represented in our political process, especially young and Latino voters in Texas. And my last organization, JOLT, I built it up from my kitchen table when I was 6 months pregnant, the week after the 2016 election, with $5,000 to then be a $3 million organization with offices in Austin, Houston, and Dallas, and student chapters, 36 student chapters across the state. Work that some of the folks that ran Beto O'Rourke's Senate campaign and other organizations that have led the largest progressive voter mobilization efforts in our state asked me to run for Senate, with the real belief that if we're going to win in Texas, which we are so close to doing, that we need to be able to build a cross-racial coalition, a coalition that looks like who Texas is, but especially drive up the turnout amongst young voters, because right now in Texas, 1 in 3 eligible voters is under the age of 30. It's one of the largest voting blocks of any state that's that young. And I'm sure everybody knows they're mostly progressive, right? So that's the real intention with this campaign, is to get us over the hurdle and win and turn Texas blue. The other thing I've learned from doing work across Texas over the last decade and a half is that despite what John Cornyn or Donald Trump says, that one of the best things about Texas is our diversity. And I know this because I live this as well. My mom is the oldest of 9 kids from a very poor farm working family in southern Mexico. And my dad's a white American hippie that met her while traveling through Mexico in the 70s. He went to UT Austin. And my white grandpa used to say me and my siblings were purebred Irish Mexican Americans. I don't know if you've ever met one, but you may, if anyone else is here, I learned the term on the campaign trail, Mick Mexican. But I got to see and learn something growing up that a lot of people don't. that my Anglo and Mexican families had a lot more in common than we had at odds. That it doesn't matter where you come from, the color of your skin, who you love or who you pray to, that every single family just wants the same things for their children. That we just all want them to be healthy, to be safe, and to go to great schools and become all that they dream of. And I think that every single Texas family deserves that, and every single Texas family can have that, and that's why I'm running for US Senate.